This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
And it's time for Off the Break Podcast, your podcast dedicated to current movie theater news, operations, and insights from the people that book the movies. I'm Cody. With me are Kyle and Ken.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, it's a quick week this week. We got places to be and things to do, and
Some of us do.
we're taking Friday off. So
Some
we're
of us are.
doing a really quick Thursday podcast.
I mean, as much as you can take a Friday off telecommuting.
I know, it's tough. But we got to get out of here. We got to make this podcast in under an hour. So we're going to make it short and sweet because we got kids to pick up from school.
Some of us do.
Some of us do, yes.
Kyle's never felt more left out.
Oh, no. I wish I knew what that was like.
It's nothing like sleeping until noon on Saturdays. Let me put it that way.
No. Or
Quite the
Sundays.
opposite.
Or any other day. You don't have work. Okay. Upcoming release schedule changes. I'm just going to breeze through this week.
Blowing it out.
Dear Evan Hansen was added to the release schedule on 9/24/21, so September 24th, 2021.
Perfect. Nice little musical. I think it's a musical, right?
I think so.
Yeah. We don't know musicals very well, but we're pretty sure that's what it
It's
is.
in the same lane as like Billy Elliot and things like that, where there's Rocket Man.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Those Who Wish Me Dead from Warner Brothers was just added to the release schedule.
Yeah. Western with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Stacked up in May.
May 14th, 2021. So I like seeing additions. This is nice. This is like,
I know, right?
we have confidence in the industry. We're coming back.
This is good. 2 for 2. Gotta love it.
And then Joe Bell from Solstice was removed from the release schedule on 2/19. It basically ran into production issues, and now there's unfortunately not a lot of people at Solstice anymore. So this is just a big old mess.
2 for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got to keep in mind when it does come out, we need to find room on our screens to support it.
Yeah, we got to support Solstice.
Solstice went out on a limb with Unhinged and pushed it back a couple of times, but they put it there as the first movie that opened us.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure we support it. And it's a movie with Mark Wahlberg, and it's super easy to book. Solstice has been great with all this.
Yep. Invoicing
all the clients versus expecting them to pay from their BORs. They've been awesome.
Yeah. So that's great. And yeah, it was just really nice this week to see additions on the release schedule, even if we had one removal. Updated on booking strategies for February and March, still kind of the same. You know, nothing has unfortunately moved into March. There's a few titles in February. They're super limited. They're just Oscar and award season contenders. And what I'm finding is that they're just going such limited print counts, 300 or less prints, sometimes even 100 or less on these. It's just very difficult.
Read what it actually says.
It says February, March still suck.
Yeah. That's the shortened version.
That's the shortened version.
Quick and dirty.
But Warner Brothers is taking Tom and Jerry everywhere. We're going to have Raya and the Last Dragon. Disney is still going with that. I just got my bookings in, people. So get your bookings. Just a side note on the poster front. If you're expecting a one sheet from Disney, you're not going to get one, and you're not able to order one until your booking is in. So get your bookings done. And then I think you'll be able to get a one sheet.
That sounds easy to do.
Yeah, we've got Cherry that's going to be available from A24.
Right. So that's another announcement. On the last podcast, we could not get a contact for Apple to book Cherry, and one of my clients went out and somehow wrangled a contact. I was so shocked, and he got it for us. So we have that up there now. I want to say thank you to Armand at the Paradigm Cinema. He was a star last week. And then as soon as he went and got an Apple contact, apparently A24 got distribution rights. So you can also contact A24.
Because he woke them up.
Because he woke everybody up, yeah.
Someone's asking?
Oh, knock, knock. We want to book
There's
this.
some poor lady at Apple that was like, I am way over my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
one theater contacted me. No, thank you.
They're asking for terms.
Yeah.
So is So does that contact for Apple work, or is it probably A24?
It is A24 at this point.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the
Okay.
lady at Apple was like, the stripped down version is $999.
Yeah.
It doesn't come with a charging port or earbuds.
Yeah. We're like, oh, we're on
No
contact.
AirPods.
Darn. So yeah. Ask them about Cherry. They had another film, Palmer. I have not tried to book that, so I'm not sure what the status is on that one. But Apple had a few, and I know that Cherry is with A24. So
Is that going to be for other future Apple movies at all, or do we just know right now?
It's on a
that
picture
just
by
A24?
picture basis. And
Okay.
so just this picture is with A24.
Apple did Bleecker Street did Banker for Apple
Yeah.
back in March.
If you guys remember that.
No, I just
from a
tried to
whole
get it
year
out, and I
ago.
was like,
Yeah.
March.
March.
It was yesterday and also a year ago.
Yeah.
And then on an update on the shuttered venues grants, NATO has been talking with SBA. They don't have a date when those grants are going to be available, when the portal's going to be up and running. Just a couple side notes that we're hearing. You're going to need your 2019 tax returns. You are going to possibly need site plans or floor plans for the theater just to verify your location and maybe even to verify seat counts or anything like that in the process. So now's a good time to just get that paperwork together. I'm not sure if the sam.gov process has changed at all. I think we're still pretty accurate on that. But I think the issue with SBA is that because they're trying to meld theaters, movie theaters, live venue theaters, music halls, Broadway, all these different types of venues, they're just coming up with a lot of complexity and confusion. So that's, I think, delaying the portal. They were hoping that it would be maybe out in the next 2 weeks, but I think realistically you should expect it at the beginning of March. I can't imagine they're going to get it out sooner than that. Maybe they will. Like, cross our fingers that they do, but I think a realistic timeline is end of February, beginning of March, somewhere in there.
All right. Just shoot for that.
Yeah. And then we'll go through. They did release a frequently asked questions section to address some of your questions. So definitely go print out that PDF. It's multiple pages. Read through it. They are going to continue to update that frequently asked questions PDF as they go, and we'll let you know when we see an update and stuff. I haven't seen another one. I printed one off this week, so I'll check next week before the next podcast, and we'll go over any changes or updates on that next week.
Good.
Moving on to awards. We had the Golden Globes announce their nominee checklist.
Whee!
And you can find, if you want to know what the Golden Globe nominees are, you can go to silverscreeninsider.com and in the news section, check the nominee checklist, and we'll have Golden Globes. It's also on the announcements page, I'm sure.
Yes.
On your dashboard. So check that out. We are not going to get into the Golden Globes announcements this week because we're short on time, but there were some surprises, some left out, but it'll be okay. But the big point is, does anybody care this year? Does anybody really care about Academy Awards and Golden Globes for films you weren't able to see in the theater?
They will think they care until they realize they haven't seen even more things than they have in previous years.
And does watching it on streaming have the same appeal? Like, does it feel the same to win an award for something you watched on streaming? Does it hold the same weight and value and gravitas and all of that? It's just, I feel like they should just cancel them this year because they're really, unless it showed in a theater, it just doesn't feel like legit movies.
And there's so many of these coming up that just had a premiere at a festival that haven't even had a release date.
Right.
Yeah, it's so true.
I mean, there's so many.
I'm trying to remember. I mean,
The Father, The Mauritanian, French Exit.
yeah.
Yeah. Now those will be in theaters, but they're
Nomadland. I mean, Nomadland's been getting like
Nomadland's a
great buzz
huge one.
from Sundance and whatnot.
From
but
one person that was able to see it.
yeah.
Yeah. No, and some of these will be in theaters, but they're going to be in theaters coinciding with the actual awards, not as a you saw this, now we're going to reward it. It's going to be like, oh, somebody somewhere saw it and they're getting the award for it, and now you can see it.
Yeah, it's not like before to where there was like an initial release and then
Yeah.
you could have like a re-release in a way for like in case if a movie did get so many types of awards.
No,
Yeah,
and
just it's all chaos. Like awards, I mean, Golden Globes already don't matter. It's just a huge party for an award ceremony to begin
Right.
with. But I think the listings here just go to show, like, despite there being good stuff, there wasn't enough good stuff. And without theaters, like, you weren't able to really show and legitimize all those good things that could have came out.
Yeah.
No, and there's nothing on here hardly anything on here from March or before. Like we had plenty of great movies that came out that weren't in that buzz
Yeah.
from this.
I think it's just an awkward timing. Like the stuff that would have qualified for technically last year's Academy Award, I just think got lost, that in the shuffle, because a lot of the stuff that got nominated in this year's stuff, really, I'm just talking about Golden Globes right now, is all the stuff that has really come out, like Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Mank, Father. I mean, they're just newer films.
the last 12 weeks, which is not,
Yeah.
I mean, it's normal for these awards, but there was plenty of stuff. And the biggest snub, Best Actor, Musical or Comedy, where's Martin Lawrence? Come on.
He had the biggest film of 2020.
You can't
Easily
just
the
ignore that.
You can't
guys.
just give him, I mean,
Well, seeing as though they gave James Corden a nomination for a musical or comedy category, I would say that they're taking a lot of liberties.
Did
I
he
mean, Palm
seriously get
Springs,
it?
Palm Springs
Oh,
only
but
played
for the
it.
prom, not Cats.
Yeah, Palm Springs only
Right,
played
right.
at drive-ins because
Yeah.
that's when they released it. That's all that
They
was allowed to
wouldn't
be
allow
open.
it to be in theaters.
That's
so,
right. They wouldn't even allow it when we had a couple of places that were interested in it.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because I think it would have done really good business.
And that was Borat too. It was drive-ins only.
Yeah. I couldn't get Borat in movie theaters. They would only take drive-ins.
I'm not really sure if Golden Globes have a rule for like theatrical
They
releases
obviously
like that.
don't.
Don't.
They obviously don't care. Like they'll just let anyone who's anyone have a nomination. Yeah, the Globes are just already a joke to begin with. I think we've talked about it before in other podcasts, but this year is kind of a wash anyway.
Yeah.
Like, does it really matter this year? There's a lot more stuff to worry about anyway.
And then the final bit of news is there's not going to be movie commercials for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What is going on, people? This is a big Super Bowl, okay?
Well, I mean, we've kind of been seeing over the last few years that with the rise of Super Bowl commercials costing so much, studios just don't want to take that risk to begin with. And they
No.
can just throw this stuff on YouTube anyway. But, without theaters to help, without theaters being open and allowing studios to get their money back from those theaters,
Right.
it kind of makes it tough for the studios to really want to pay for that money on top of
What would
it.
even be the Super Bowl movies? I mean, Raya and the Last Dragon would be a great one from Disney.
Could be,
because
yeah.
that's a good one for Disney because it's families. So and
Yeah.
a lot of families watch the Super Bowl, so that's actually
And
really good.
Tom and Jerry 2 is a
Yep.
sooner release, and that's a perfect 3-week window for the run-up.
I was looking into it. I'm not sure if Warner Bros. Will be releasing anything. They might for HBO Max, and I think
Oh gosh, they're not going to do their sizzle reel.
that's
for
what I'm thinking. Like I wouldn't be rolled over shocked if we see
Yeah.
HBO Max doing sizzle reels throughout, the commercials in the Super Bowl or even most other streaming services for that matter. Like Super Bowl is on CBS. I'm sure Paramount Plus is going to have some commercials.
Could be a rollout. We'll have to watch and see how many streaming sites put commercials on there.
I feel like it'll be a lot more than studios releasing like commercials for movies.
So it'll be like streaming platforms and not studios.
Yeah,
I
Kevin
think so.
Costner out in his
Yeah.
cowboy hat promoting Paramount
Yellowstone.
Plus.
So
that's what I see happening
what
anyway.
a change. I'm just excited we're getting a Super Bowl and that it's going to be hopefully a good game.
Yeah, the game will be awesome. I mean, every year
That's
I like
this weekend, people, on Sunday.
So that's our
Mark your
advice.
calendars.
Mark your
That's the
calendars.
advice for all the theaters that
Yeah.
are open this weekend. Sunday afternoon shows are fine, but there's no reason to be open.
Really no
Sunday.
reason to be open on Sunday.
We've never seen a gross of note ever
Yeah.
with films
Yeah.
on Super
No,
compared to the
this
Super
year
Bowl.
I definitely have a lot more theaters just going to be closed on Sunday. It makes perfect sense, especially if you're weekends only too.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. That day is so dead. You might as well just be
Sleep in
closed.
Sunday. Don't even think about it.
Yep.
Get everything done Saturday night after your last show and get ready for the next week.
Yeah,
Unless you just happen to want to keep the theater open for private rent outs. If somebody just happens to want to bring, I don't know, some beer, some nachos, a group of friends, and maybe
there could be groups out there.
There could be something on the screen that resembles the Super Bowl.
There could be groups out there that just don't care about the Super Bowl and would want to rent it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they could really care about the Super Bowl and still want to rent it out.
Maybe.
Whatever you do in a private rent out in the theater is private. It stays there, just so you know.
Is this professional Cody talking or hormonal 16-year-old Cody talking?
No, this is trench coat. See what I got.
Do I need to leave the
in the
studio?
back alley? Cody talking.
I'm uncomfortable too, Kyle. If you're wondering,
we should all be uncomfortable when we do shady things. We talk about it, but it's for the benefit of the theaters. Okay.
All right.
I think that's all I got for this week. Super sweet. I think this is our shortest podcast ever.
Keep in mind that we've used to do 2 podcasts a week, and I am pretty sure that this might be shorter than some of those episodes that we've done.
Yeah.
Because we've had days where we're like, we have an episode, but we're not sure what we're going to talk about, and it ends in like 30 minutes. I'm going to guess this is a solid 25.
25 minutes? I'm guessing 15.
Tickets go on sale starting tomorrow for both Tom and Jerry and Raya.
Yes.
So you can get those up right away. As soon as you get a booking, get them up, start promoting. It's going to be a mad dash to have your theater show this and compete against those streaming services.
Yeah, because you've got to let people know that it's showing in theaters. It's not just going to be a Disney Plus thing that you're getting it. So you can find all the graphics for Raya and the Dragon and Tom and Jerry. There's even some great GIFs and some digital media, social media digital images that you can use on Silver Screen Insider. Just log in, go to the movie database, find Tom and Jerry or Raya, go to the film detail, and go to the bottom. It's all there.
Put them on your marquee already. Start promoting to all your email lists. Get it out there, because this isn't the same kind of promotion we would normally see for these major releases.
Nope. It's just exciting, people. We have advanced ticket sales. I don't even know the last time we talked about that was.
I mean, we did a little with Wonder Woman, but we advised people not to put them up because we didn't know if that was going to be the end of the tunnel, you know. But now with the way May's shaping up, it's time to start getting people back in.
And
forcing your hand, being, really be on the nose with your advertising. This is the day. Let
schools know that you've got this. Not that they can do field trips, but just maybe the PACs can get out the word. Let daycares know. I mean, there's a lot. This is finally family content coming up, and it is coming for sure for us.
Family content that isn't the Croods.
Yeah, that is not the Croods that we've seen 5 billion times.
The Croods are War with Grandpa.
Yeah. Those are still
Which
playing.
we still have on screen some spots.
And they're still number 1 and 2.
Whatever works, man.
Yeah.
It definitely works.
All right.
Okay, Kyle, take us out.
I mean, you guys basically did the sign out for me. All I've left to say now is, check out our podcast at silverscreeninsider.com or on all podcast platforms, whatever they are. We're on there. And yeah, if you're not a subscriber to Silver Screen Insider, check that out, because we have a lot of tools and a lot of assets that could be very useful for your movie theater.
The SVOGA stuff is all up on the website.
Yep.
We've had a few questions, but people have been able to use it relatively easily. Just follow the instructions step by step. When Cody says take a screenshot, you take a screenshot.
Right. No, and I want to just say, in your face, NATO, we were weeks ahead of you on walking people through sam.gov. And here you are today on your little webinar going through it. I'm like, no, you should have been doing this weeks ago.
Yeah.
You should listen to the Brooks and Dunn podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll walk you right through it. And you get a few laughs.
And you get a lot more than a few laughs on that one. But just know, SSI was on top of it.
Oh, yeah. As we always are.
Yep.
All right. And any questions, comments on our social media channels will be answered on the next podcast. So load us up. Get us lots of good questions, comments, and we'll get after it the next few weeks. It's going to be aggressive with all the new movies coming up.
And
Love
if you're near Tamarack, Florida, go visit the Paradigm Cinema. Armand runs a tight ship there. It's awesome. Go check him out.
Nice. All right. Until next time, then.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.